I'm going to be comparing the performance of this 700 watt $82 grid tie inverter we bought roughly 2 or 3 months ago off Amazon that's been working this whole time, and this newer 1400 watt $200 grid tie inverter. I'm going to hook it up to the same solar panel, each one of these inverters, and we're going to see which one outputs more power in the exact same conditions, hooked up to the same solar panel within a matter of minutes. So this is kind of a crude setup, but what I have is my pre-existing grid tie inverter right here that is currently producing power, and I've disconnected. I had two of these, both of these in parallel going to it. I disconnected one of them, so we have 385 watts as a max going into this thing. I very highly doubt one solar panel is producing that right now, more around 200 watts probably. And also I have an amp clamp Hall effect type meter clamped to the output so I can read output watts. What we're going to do is compare the performance and efficiency of this one right here to this new one right here. I'm going to hook the same, once we're going to read the outgoing wattage coming from this thing, and then we're going to disconnect it and connect that solar panel into this one, and also connect the clamp into this one, and we're going to read the watts coming out of this 1400 watt one with the same input wattage and see which one outputs more power or which one is more efficient, this $85 700 watt one or this $200 1400 watt one. This is the screen recording of the watts the cheaper 700 watt $82 grid tie inverter is making in real time. You can see the watts it is producing up in the right hand corner there, and this is over a period of a couple minutes. Notice how the watts are shifting around rapidly as it searches for the best power point, and it's constantly searching for the best power point. So on this guy right here, we got anywhere between 75 and 120 watts in a period of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Now I'm going to hook up the second microinverter as fast as I can, and we're going to see what we get out of that one with the same clamp meter and the same app, the same input, everything. It's a bright sunny day. There's barely any clouds in the sky, so we shouldn't have much variation in our PV input voltage. Just fired it up. It seems like there's a sizzling. I can almost hear a high frequency sizzling. We got a solid green light. Let's see if it's outputting any power. I have my Hall effect clamp right here. I've got it plugged in to an outlet, back feeding into the wall just like the other one, and I've got the PV, the same PV input or the same solar panel connected to it that was just connected to this one a minute ago for the same test. So I ran the test on the bigger one, the more expensive $200 1400 watt grid tie inverter for around 4 minutes actually, just to be sure, and it stayed really consistent around 82 watts, almost like it was a PWM instead of an MPPT. You also notice that it's not really searching or fluctuating much for the best voltage. It does a couple of times, so I don't suspect it's a PWM. I suspect it's a true MPPT. Its logic might just be a little more inferior to the cheaper 700 watt one. I don't know. I'm just speculating at this point. But we only hit a max of 82 watts, and it would not go above 82.5 watts, as you can see. So what I'm going to do, just to be sure, is hook this one back up again, and we're going to see if anything has changed, if we're getting higher or lower wattage output with the same solar panel. Okay, we've got the same little guy hooked up with the same exact input. Everything is identical, same conditions outside, and we're going to look at this power output on this one for 2 to 4 minutes now. Now bear in mind, these screen recordings have been sped up by me to match this audio, but as you can see, even testing the smaller 700 watt $82 grid tie inverter again under the same conditions, we get a significantly higher steady voltage. We get all the way up to 111 watts, and it rests around 90 watts on average, but you know, that's still significantly more than our more expensive counterpart or our bigger 1400 watt $200 grid tie inverter. And you can also see that it's really aggressively searching for the best voltage and wattage with a true MPPT function. Running the test again, it seems like the little 700 watt $82 grid tie inverter is the pure winner. I mean, at times it was up to 100 watts when this one was steady at a maximum of 82 watts maybe. This one was, you know, up to 100 plus watts at times, but you know, it leveled out to 80 and then it went down to 40 at one time. But consistently speaking, this one seems to be putting out significantly more wattage with the same exact input than its big brother, its more expensive big brother here. I did the best I could for you. I hope you appreciate this video. If you do, please subscribe, give it a like, and check out some of my other videos. I have playlists. My most popular videos are under playlists. If you have a very high interest in alternative energy or solar products, I also have a playlist for that, where I have windmill videos, I have other videos on inverters, everything like that. I'm constantly posting. The new focus of the channel is going to be alternative energy. So if you really like alternative energy or you're looking into this stuff for yourself and you want some feedback, please subscribe to the channel. I promise you the videos will get better and better and better. I will be uploading a lot of them as I experiment powering my own house and knocking down the power bill. Our power bills here in New York are outrageous. They're just climbing all the time. So I have to find the best way to produce our own electricity on a budget. And that's essentially what I'm doing and why I'm buying, ordering, and testing so many of these products and seeing what's legit and what isn't, whether it's an inverter, whether it's a windmill, whether it's solar panels, whether it's batteries. We have a ton of videos coming out. Please stay tuned, and thank you for tuning in. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Do your best. I will see you on the next one.